So this video is for super beginners. If you've never made any music before, I'm gonna show you every single step to make this. First thing you're gonna need is FL Studio and some fire samples. Lucky for you, me and the boys inside the Cruise Crew server are about to hook you up. We just released our third community pack. You can download it for free in the description. After you downloaded the samples and you got FL Studio, you go to Options, File Settings, and then you choose the location of your samples. I recommend that you create a folder inside your computer where you can throw all the samples that you want. So your samples live in the browser, which is right here. So we're actually gonna be making this song at 140 BPM. We're gonna start by dragging in this kick right here onto the playlist. And I'm pressing play by pushing the space bar. Now we're gonna grab this snare. To zoom in into the playlist, I'm holding Control and scrolling up. And to zoom in vertically, you hold Alt and scroll up or scroll down. So now I'm gonna zoom in here, and you can see here that the transient is not lined up perfectly on the grid. And we really want our kick and snare to be perfectly on time. So to do that, I'm gonna hold Alt, click on the sample, and drag it over until that transient is perfectly lined up to the grid. To make a dubstep beat, we wanna place a kick on the first beat, skip one beat, and on the third beat, we place a snare. And this is the fourth beat, okay? So this is a beat, 2 beats, 3 beats, 4 beats, okay? So now we're gonna copy and paste this. So Control C and then Control V, paste it over until we have it repeated 4 times. Now to loop something inside the playlist, you can hold Control, click on this little area of the playlist and drag it over the area that you want to loop, and then it will loop. Now we're gonna grab some bass samples from the pack. I ended up choosing this one to be my first bass hit, and then this one to be my second bass hit, but I only want this part. So to shorten this up, I'm gonna hold Alt, grab the end of the sample, and just make it about this length. Then I grabbed this sample here to serve as my machine gun bass. So same thing, I'm gonna hold Alt, make it shorter. I'm gonna make sure I've chose this paint tool here, the brush, the little brush, and I'm gonna brush this sample across the whole loop. Boom. Now we wanna get that cool little groove that you hear in Tearout, so I'm gonna zoom in and just make this sample even shorter. Boom. Just place it here, and now it's gonna give us that groove. And I'm actually just gonna start placing that like on random places and see how it sounds. I don't know what this is gonna sound like at all. Right? You can make it even shorter for a cooler effect. Keep making it shorter, copy and paste. And on FL Studio 21, you can actually fade out the tail, which is awesome. Thank you so much, FL Studio. Big shout outs to you guys. I can't wait for more updates. This is probably the best update in a very long time. I fucking love it. So I'm gonna highlight everything, boom. And to do this, I'm holding Control, clicking on the playlist and dragging this selection over the samples. Now I'm gonna zoom in and create a little tail for all of these. Perfect. I'm actually just gonna copy and paste the one that I've already written for this drop. Another way that you can select all the samples on a track is by holding Control and clicking on the track name, and it'll select everything on that track. See? I also did add another fill at the end, this growl. But this is all up to your creativity, right? You can really just use whatever samples you like that sound cool to you. So obviously it sounds really weak right now. So we're gonna start channeling these samples to the mixer so that we can beef it up. So to do that, we're gonna click on the sample, go to the mixer, right click on the channel that you want to route to, and go to routing, channel routing, route selected channels to this track. And you can also do it through here by choosing the mixer track number. So bass hit 1, I'm sending to mixer track 7. Bass hit 2, I'm sending to mixer track 8. The machine gun bass, I'm sending to mixer track 9. And this little fill is also going to 8. On 7, the effects I've added to make this sound a little cooler, in my opinion, is this effector with the delay effect, the way all the way up, and the tempo almost halfway up. This is not specific at all. You can move this around. Like I said, I encourage you guys to get creative, come up with your own parameters and your own style. So this is without it, and this is with it. Then I added a Fruity Blood overdrive on 8, which is our second hit here. I added a sausage fattener. Someone actually made a sausage fattener clone in Patcher for free. I'll leave it down in the description if you want to download it. I cannot stress this enough. You guys can use your own effects. You don't have to use the same ones I'm using here. On mixer track 9, which is our machine gun bass, I've added Isotope Trash 2. And this is a distortion plugin that I really like. And I just chose the elastic trash distortion type. So I have the mix very low for this effect. Dry means that it's the unprocessed signal. It's the original signal that's not been distorted. And wet means that it's the processed signal that has been distorted. So you can see here that we have it more towards the dry. Let's see what happens if we put it completely wet. It's a little bit too much. After that, I added a multiband compressor. And the way that I like using this multiband compressor plugin is I just go through the presets until I find one that sounds cool, and then I start tweaking that preset. Finally, I added an EQ to cut out some of the low end. I didn't want it to fully clash with the sub bass that we're about to make. So now let's make the sub bass. On this section here, you can actually see your patterns, your samples, and your automation clips. So we're gonna go to patterns, and to create a new pattern, you go to this little plus sign right here, and you can just put new pattern. See, I already done that fucking twice because this is actually my 5th time recording this fucking tutorial. So to add a plugin onto your step sequencer, you're gonna right click on any plugin and then go to insert, and we're gonna add a 3XO-SE. That's 3XO-SE. Default patch, which is just a sine wave. So we're gonna turn this sine wave pitch all the way down, make it real low. And then on the second oscillator, we're gonna choose noise and turn up the noise a little bit. Now we're gonna route this channel routing route to this track. We're gonna add a fruity fast distortion. And what this is gonna do is blend that sine wave and the noise together. It's gonna cause the noise to start oscillating at the same time as the sine wave, and it's a really cool effect. I also added this Pro Q to bump up the super low frequencies. And you can do this with any equalizer. It doesn't have to be Pro Q. Now that you have the sound, you have to write some MIDI. So to write some MIDI, you right click on the plugin, go to piano roll, and just click on the piano roll and draw your notes. Now I've already written some notes, and it's just that right there. So let's just put it on the playlist, boom. And now we're gonna do some routing within the mixer. I want you guys to be just fucking pros at making music by the end of this video. To route, it's very simple. Okay, let's say you wanna send mixer track 12 to track 1, right? Let's say we wanna do that. So we're gonna click on 12, and then we're gonna go to track 1 and click this little arrow right here. And now 12 is not only being routed to the master, but it's being routed to 1. If I only wanted to go to 1, I right click on the arrow and route to this track only. Okay, so now it's only gonna go to 1, and 1 is going to the master, because all of these are going to the master by default. So with that in mind, I've routed bass hit 1, bass hit 2, and the machine gun bass to mixer track 6, which I named bass bus. So on this mixer track, I've added a Saturn which is a saturator, and a Pro Q to cut the super low, super high, and also bring up some of the highs. You can actually do this same exact thing on the default parametric EQ in FL Studio. And I'll show you how to do it really quick. So let's just load parametric EQ. So if you wanted to cut the low ends, you can go here and let's choose high pass. So it only lets high frequencies pass. And we're gonna also choose steep. Same thing on this side, but we're actually gonna use low pass. So only the low frequencies pass. And we're gonna choose the super steep. And there we go. And then if you wanted to raise the high end, just like I did here, just raise that up like that. And that's pretty much how you get the same exact shape. So that gives us this. So this is making these samples sound a little bit more cohesive since they're going through the same exact effect. So now we want all of these basses to blend with the fat sub. So we're gonna send the fat sub to mixer track number 5, as well as the bass bus to mixer track number 5, which is our bass plus sub mixer track. On here, I've added a fruity limiter with the ceiling all the way up. Just turn down the saturation threshold by a bit. And I also added this parametric EQ to bump up some of those lower frequencies. Now we have the sidechain. What a sidechain does is it brings down the volume of all of your sounds every time the kick and snare hit. That way your kick and snare really punch through the mix. So to do that, we're gonna route mixer track 5, which is where all of our sounds are coming out of, route it to the sidechain channel where I have a fruity balance. Now we're gonna automate the volume by right-clicking, create automation clip. So this is gonna create this automation clip here. Now what we wanna do is draw a shape that closely resembles the shape of our kick and snare. Very simple. You just right-click to put a dot, then you right-click to put another, and so on, and then make a curve. Boom. Okay. Same thing for the snare. Bop. Boom. To make it easier, we're just gonna copy and paste, or just use the brush tool to play them, just like that. Cool. Fire. And that's pretty much it. I do want to note that I routed the kick and the snare to this drum bus where I've added a limiter. Same thing, ceiling all the way up, saturation threshold just a bit down. I've also added a reverb channel where I have a Valhalla room with the mix all the way up, and this is going to create some room for some of these sounds. And I'm not channeling all of the sounds. I'm only sending bass hit 1. As you can see here by this value here, I'm not sending the whole signal. I'm only sending about 43%. And for the machine gun bass, I'm sending about 26%. But all of this is up to you and your taste. You can do whatever you want. This is your life. Live it. And yeah, let's keep in mind that the mix all the way up means that we're only hearing the wet signal. So that means the processed signal. So that means just the reverb that's coming out of this channel, and that's going straight to the master. So now we have this. And that's pretty much it for like the hard super nerd stuff. Now we can just have fun and add more energy to it. So the way I've done this is by adding a symbol and just placed it here, place one there, and then I'll just copy and paste the ones that I've already written. So I also added some sweeps. I just love sweeps, how they just like bring in the energy. Let's see what else I added. I also added this bass from the community pack to serve as like a little extra sub for that first bass hit. And I'm also channeling it to mixer track 6. So that already sounds really cool, but I felt like I could improve the machine gun bass a little bit by using this technique that I showed you guys like 2-3 years ago that I just came up with. And it's just layering a clap over the machine gun bass. So I grabbed this clap, shortened it up like this so that we're hearing it from the loudest point fade it out. Something like that. You can actually change the curve here by choosing single curve and just kind of have it fade out this way. And just have it layered over all the samples. So let me actually grab the one that I already written. And you can actually hear a difference between the parts that have the clap layered and the parts that don't. So like this part right here doesn't. See how it sounds a little bit more drier? Then I also added this other fill from the pack. Dude, that already sounds sick as fuck. The last thing I added is just another limiter at the on the master because fuck it. Same thing, ceiling all the way up, saturation, threshold just a bit down. So if you guys want more samples like the ones you've heard in this community pack, go check out our new sample pack, Raid Volume 1. It has over 500 super powerful samples for this type of music. If you guys want this project, make sure you hit the like button. Once this video hits 1,000 likes, I will upload it for free inside the Discord server. I hope that you guys can build your own ideas off of this project. And if you do make some fire, tag me on Instagram, tag me on Twitter at CRWTH so I can hear it. So when I was originally writing this tutorial, I continued to work on this project and it became this super epic drop that I got to show you guys. I'm going to give you a small little snippet of it.
I see.
Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on videos or live streams, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.